Drama-free Saturday. Indiana disembowels Maryland, destroyed Maryland, took their souls 55-10. Unbelievable. I was really unhappy when this game first started. When it was 3-0, I was kind of hot about it. I was kind of hot, too, when Cignetti decided to go for the field goal instead of try to punch it in from the 2. I didn't get it. What the hell do I care? Am I just straight out of my mind? What is the point? Do we have to beat everybody 70 to something, for God's sake? Do we have to treat Maryland like Indiana State? The answer to that is hell yes, we do. And we basically did, 55-10. How about these statistics? Because, you know what, sometimes statistics don't tell you a damn thing about football. In this case, it tells you everything about it. Indiana rules, let's go. Colts and Pacers. I hope we ever see a Colts or Pacers game this lopsided. That'd be a hell of a thing. 588 yards of total offense for Indiana, 293 for, you know what, they doubled them up, so that's good. 293 for Maryland. I'm very happy about that. Rushing yards, 367 for Indiana, 37 for Maryland. That's really all you need to know. Dang is right, Julie, my God. How about Malik Washington was not bad for a kid who looks like he's 12 and is 18. He was 16-31 for 242, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Not a horrible day for him. For Fernando Mendoza, not too bad. Combining the Mendozas, 16 for 23, 221, 2 and 1. And then you look at the running. They ran the ball a total of 5 times for 77 yards. One was a 53-yarder, right, by Alberto. Brad, FG Fan 46, yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's very nice. Is Elijah all right? Seems like he has a hamstring injury. They said it was a slight strain, and it's not going to be a long-term deal. Aiden Fisher did not play today, but he's projecting toward playing against Penn State. I think they just kind of knew they had this one in their pocket, and they thought, let's save the bullets until we get to Happy Valley. Running the football, how about 3 running backs with 80 yards or more? That doesn't happen every day. Kalon Black with 14 for 110, a touch. 18 for 88 for Roman Hemby. And Kobe Martin, 11 for 80. Alberto Mendoza, 1 for 53. They averaged 7.1 yards per carry and had 52 rushes. That's tremendous. Cooper today was good, 7 for 86 and a touch. You had Jonathan Brady with a touchdown as well. The defense was just absolutely freak show awesome today. Only 1 sack, but two interceptions and 1 fumble recovery, right? Just a tremendous, 2 fumble recoveries.
Yeah, late in the game.
Yeah, the late in the game and the pick 6. The pick up, 4-6. David Schweibold says, watched Ohio State today. They're not that impressive against a reeling Penn State team with a backup quarterback and interim coach. They were not. You're correct. You're welcome, Kent. What's your favorite statue? Well, you know what? If I had to pick a favorite statue, I would pick this one because she's still got the paint on her legs. This one is going through a molting process that I'm not. Women molting is just not, this is just me talking. It's not something I am personally for. 2 bells. Indiana State beat South Dakota State 24-12 on the road. Good for them. That's awesome. Toby Northern says Cignetti wasn't ready to stick the dagger until the end of the 3rd, beginning of the 4th. That 21-point run in the first half of the 3rd quarter, that was pretty, there was some indignance to that. Defensively, they got the job done. They came out of halftime, and they were ready to play. At Penn State, I'd like to see him put together a full 60 minutes. Oh, really? What am I, nuts? Like, they just won 55-10. And I'm whining about, look, you got to come out of the gate ready to play. Going down 3-0 early is unacceptable. Is that right? David says, we destroyed Maryland without Fisher and Sarrett. This is how Cignetti trains the team and holds the standard. It's always next man up. IU deserves to be number one, David says, and A&M at number two. Those are the two best teams in the country. I think you're going to see more erosion for Ohio State. They won at home against what is currently a bad Penn State team. Indiana came in against a team. Granted, Maryland had lost their last three, but those three were by a total of 10, and they had led deep into the fourth quarter in all three of those games. So, there you go. I believe that Indiana is the best team in the country right now. I hope that that's true on December 6th. All right, from tonight, we got 4 weeks until that game at Lucas Oil Stadium that Indiana is almost certain to be playing. And we don't want to take anything for granted. We don't want to be one of those fan groups, right? We don't want to, only if Wisconsin's dangerous. We don't want to be that way either. Cignetti's got to be that way. Does the CFP committee change rankings factoring in conference championship games? Yes, they do. Indiana will still get in no matter what happens. And they should get a first-round bye no matter what happens. It wouldn't bother me to be fifth, though, and you get that home game against a 12 seed. I'd be cool with that. But I'd rather be the top seed in the whole shooting match, get a bye, and then take on the winner of 7 and 8 in order to get to the semifinals and likely take on the 4 seed, whoever the hell that is. If they can stay healthy and get healthy. So Sarrett has got to get healthy. Fisher has got to get healthy. If you can get that done, I love Indiana against everybody, tell you the truth. So if Ohio State beats IU in the Big Ten title game, would IU fall from number 2? It depends on the teams behind them. Like if A&M would win the SEC conference championship game, yeah, I would think so, and rightly so. Tickets to the Big Ten title game are absurd right now. My buddy looked at them. Tickets are something like $800 apiece. Who would have thought? You know what I mean? That's because you got two fan bases that already know. They know that really Ohio State is going, right? Indiana's going. The only way Ohio State, I don't even know the permutations of the tiebreaker and all that, but they're not playing tough teams until they get to Michigan. Michigan's been kind of tough, I think, on Ryan Day. Indiana is almost a lock because their last 2 games are against Wisconsin and Purdue, and those 2 teams are not beating them. I am thinking, here's what I'm thinking, because, I can apply and get a credential for that game, and I can get a media rate at a downtown hotel. I was thinking about doing that. I think it'd be fun to stay down there. You've got the early tilt that day. You've got IU against Louisville in basketball at Cambridge Fieldhouse. Then that night, that's going to be a fun day downtown, right? I was thinking about investing in a hotel room down there. But I've got friends coming in who are expecting to use the home as their home base. I can't go stay in a hotel and just leave the house to Polly Ballst and a bunch of knickknacks running around here doing whatever the hell they want to do. I'll end up with no koi fish. They'll fry them. They'll fry my fish. They'll eat them on a sandwich. They'll get some sourdough bread. They'll get some tartar sauce, fry up those koi. I don't put it past them. But this is a hell of a game. I don't even know how you begin to be critical on any level of this game. Don't get me wrong, folks. My question was not dogging IU. It was just a hypothetical scenario question. I think this year's IU is equal to or better than Ohio State. I don't think that would have been the case last year. I think last year's Ohio State game or team was pretty damn good. But this year's a little bit different. I would agree with that. The Don 534 says, hey, Kent, Kobe Martin has a lot of flash. Can't wait to see his future. I totally agree with you. You got Kobe Martin as the third string guy now because BB's hurt and out for the rest of the season. Was fourth string, right? Fourth string halfback. He looks pretty damn good. I think that I could go get 80 yards behind that offensive line. Ohio State has their hands full. We will see what kind of hands full Ohio State may have. Let's look at Ohio State's remaining schedule. they've run the table. They won 38-14 today, but it was a closer game than that. They've got, Purdue coming up next Saturday at Purdue. Throw out the record books. That game at 1 o'clock on BTN. Then they play UCLA, they play Rutgers, and they are at Michigan. Michigan's got a shot, none of the other teams do. They're going to kick the living hell out of everybody else. I'm rooting for Purdue, though, tell you the truth. Michigan ranked 21st right now. They play Purdue tonight in Ann Arbor, 7 o'clock. That game getting ready to start right now. Then they've got at Northwestern, at Maryland, and against Ohio State. So Michigan's got a shot to get to that game with one loss. So if Michigan, with one loss, would beat Ohio State, and there are no other teams in the Big Ten with one loss, that tiebreaker, I believe, would be head-to-head, and all of a sudden Indiana would be playing against the Wolverines. That would be a bit of a surprise. But we'll see. And let's look at the Big Ten, the standings right now, because that's always fun after a win. Indiana 6-0, Ohio State 5-0, the Ducks, Iowa, Michigan, and the Trojans all with one loss. So for Michigan not to get into a real weird soup of tiebreaker weirdness and math, they'd have to have Iowa lose, Oregon lose, and USC lose. I don't know whether that's even possible. But a great day today. Why burden ourselves with mathematical problems that are of our own creation? Why do we give a damn who the hell Indiana plays at Lucas Oil Stadium? What is the difference? I never thought I never thought I would live to see Indiana play at Lucas Oil Stadium in the Big Ten championship game. Never. That Iowa win is getting better and better and better. Iowa's a good team. They are. That was a weird game. That was the one that they could have lost. Ryan Day is prayerfully glad Ohio State ain't playing IU during the regular season. I think Ryan Day is deep down dreading playing IU in the title game. IU, this time around, IU's not going to be awed by its surroundings nor the circumstance of that game. By the way, this is a very, very happy two-bell celebration post-game, talking about IU whooping up on the Terrapins 55-10, brought to you by the great people at YouTube TV. I got to tell you the truth. I love that YouTube TV is saying no more. We're not paying you another dime to Disney. To hell with them. ESPN, ABC, they think they can walk into any conference room in the country and say, we need more from you. We've got to get better than $10, $12, $14 a month from basic tier cable and streaming providers. Now, YouTube TV, they're saying, not on our watch. You guys can take Stephen A. Smith, you can take Mike Greenberg, you can take Rex Ryan, you can take Ryan, what's his name, Clark, and stick them. Because we don't need you as much as you need us. And they're right. Stick to your guns, YouTube TV. You want to support YouTube TV? Subscribe. And if you're a first-time subscriber, there's going to be a link in the show description right after I finish this where you can click on it and get $15 off your first month. Now you're saying, okay, I don't get ABC, I don't get Disney for my kids, I don't get the ESPN family of networks. Why am I paying retail? You're not. You will be rebated $20 if the stalemate goes on like the federal government's closure is going on and on and on. If it's gone for a significant part of the month, you're going to get a $20 rebate. There you go. Make sure and become a member. You get an autographed copy of my book. If you want to gift it to somebody for Christmas, just tell me who to sign it to in a DM on X. Give me your address via DM on X. I'll mail it off to you. You'll have it in plenty of time. Become a subscriber. And we have five beautiful Colts jerseys. You can see Gary Brackett right here on the back. But there are 5 different former Colts. Some beloved. All right, we'll just leave it at that. We start giving them away tomorrow afternoon. You must be a subscriber to be eligible to win. It costs nothing to be a subscriber. And we had going back to membership, all members, all meal deal and Breakfast Buddy members, all meal deal, you got to be an all meal deal to get the book. All right, but all members are welcome for the Saturday morning hoedown, the Saturday morning hobnob, where we just sit around, we talk about sports. We went for well over a half an hour. It's usually about a half an hour, and we just talk. And that's it. It's questioning, it's answers, guys talking to each other. It's awesome. And you got to be a member to be a part of it. So subscribing is how you become eligible to win a prize, how you enter to win a prize. You use the phrase that pays in a comment, and that is Indiana rules. Indiana, my God, these are high times, are they not? Indiana football teams, at least Indiana, Indianapolis, all right? So Colts and Indiana, they are right now 16-1 on the season. So Indiana rules, entirely appropriate. Hit the like button, smash the like button. Smash, if you have one left, smash the hype button. Let's go. Let's get this thing ranked. And if you want to make a donation, as so many have to this point, you know what? Go ahead. No big whoop, but include a comment or a question that elevates the level of discourse on the channel. Can you? All right, again, 55-10. Indiana gets the win. They are alone atop the Big Ten. While Ohio State's undefeated, Indiana's got a half-game advantage because they are 6-0 in the Big Ten, and Ohio State is 5-0 in the Big Ten with 4 games left. Indiana's just got 3. They got at Penn State next week. The week following that, they've got Wisconsin, and then a bye, and then the bucket game. And the bucket game is going to be a readout at Ross-Ade. That's what we're doing. We're all going, we're all wearing swag, and we're going to have a hell of a time in West Lafayette and try to teach those poor bastards up at Purdue how to have a little bit of fun and play good football. So that is our goal as we go to West Lafayette. It's not to rub salt in the wounds of an almost certain 66-7 beatdown. It is to teach them that football is a great game and a great sport. That's all we're about. All right. Good question. Let's see. Because this was tighter than anybody had a reason to think it was going to be. Notre Dame beat Boston College 25-10. There were some upsets today among ranked teams, and there were some that I didn't really see coming. You had Vanderbilt getting beat. You had Miami getting beat. Miami got beat by SMU, right? And Vanderbilt lost to Texas. So Texas may be back in the conversation. I like Texas. I'd like to see IU play the Longhorns at Memorial Stadium. That would be awesome. Although that would mean that Indiana fell out of the top 4 and became the 5th seed. Vanderbilt lost. Miami lost. First game outside Florida, too. David Schweibold, Signetti is probably going to win Coach of the Year again. Has that ever been done? That's a hell of a good question. I don't know whether that's been done, but I like the question. And let's see, Georgia and Florida, they're still going. 148 left in this game in the fourth quarter. Georgia is up by 4, 24-20. And let's see, play-by-play. Let's see what's going on here. Georgia, it is now 3rd and 1. And if they get this, wait a second. Well, we'll see. If that was the first down, then they're going to have trouble. But it looks like Georgia with the ball and a 4-point lead. 1:07 left. They're taking a knee, so that game's over. Georgia's going to eke out a win against a reeling Florida team. Sheesh. This is just setting up Indiana right now is distancing itself from everybody. Georgia ranked 5th, right? We'll see. Tuesday night, that's the first night that we get a chance to see the college football playoff rankings by the committee. So that's going to be all kinds of fun. Tonight, I guess, do we have, this is a good question, do we have, Pacers are up 3-2, a minute and a half into the game against Golden State, and then on Monday they take on the Bucks. And I love that the Bucks fans are trying to stick it to it. You're 0-5. I guess you really did need Miles Turner. Like Miles Turner is the difference. You out of your mind. What's the matter with people in Milwaukee? Stay in your lane. Keep breeding offensive linemen, for God's sake, and have a few of them go to Wisconsin. That'd be good. Toby Northern says, how does that make Georgia look? Not so good. Such a tight win to a 3-4 team. 100% right. It does not make them look very good. Indiana Sports Connection, IU Basketball Wednesday. Absolutely. Who do they got, like Lipscomb, right? On Wednesday? I guess that should be, no, it's Alabama A&M. I know that, not Lipscomb. What the hell? But we'll see what happens. That Malik Washington has potential to be really good. He can help make Maryland a force in the Big Ten. Over Indiana, I don't see that coming under Loxley. Got to tell you the truth. As long as Indiana's got Signetti, I don't see it happening. Tomorrow, Colts, and we found out today Jalen Jones removed from IR. He's up for the game tomorrow, right? Ebicom out. And Kenny Moore still questionable. Grover Stewart questionable. And who else is out? Good heavens. Matt Gonsalves is going to play. His father passed, and he's mourned. He grieved. He went and spent time with family. He's come back, ready to go tomorrow in Pittsburgh, which is where he played college football. I think Indiana. I think the Colts get over on the Steelers, and I think it's going to be like 10-13, something like that. Gould's out. Exactly right. Thank you, Toby. I appreciate that. They also, if you want like the agate, and why wouldn't you, right? They did make some roster moves today. So they activated Jalen Jones. They signed Cameron Mitchell to the 53-man roster from the practice squad. They waived linebacker Chad Muma and waived safety Trey Washington. They also elevated defensive end Darrell Nchami and Laquan Treadwell to the active roster from the practice squad for Sunday's game against the Steelers. We'll see how that goes. 31-20, that's not a bad guess, David. I think you're right on the money. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I can't wait. Let's go. Become a member today. Subscribe. What are you doing? And hit the like button. There's like 160 of you watching who haven't hit the like button. What's the matter with you people? They won 55-10. What do you want Indiana to do to prompt you to punch like? Huh?